So a tutorial is a way of teaching and learning which is quite unique to Oxford and Cambridge as well. It's usually a 1-hour session between the subject tutor and up to 2 or 3 other students, where you go through a piece of work or a set of readings that you've been assigned, sort of getting a sense of what an area looks like by yourself, and then testing that understanding during the tutorial. It's a unique system really because the responsibility is on the student to participate in and be responsible for their own learning as well. It's very different from lectures. For a start, tutorials are not synced with lectures, so they happen separately from lectures. You can't use the lecture as a warm-up even to the topics that you're going to be doing in a tutorial.
The way that I like to think about it is that a regular lecture is like getting a workout DVD. It's very passive as far as the student is concerned. And what we try and do in a tutorial, it's more like having a personal trainer. We're really sitting down with the students, and in engineering sciences they will have been given a problem sheet the week before that related to the lectures that they've just had and working through the problems. And they will have had particular questions that they struggled with. And so that gives us the opportunity to sit down and work out why they struggled.
Tutorials are the small group teaching situations that we have here at Oxford, usually on a weekly basis, meeting together. But what makes a tutorial distinctive as a tutorial beyond just the small size of the group?
I think it's something to do with the fact that it's a two-sided thing, whereas like a lecture or maybe a seminar is very much like the lecturer or whoever is kind of dictating something to the student, so it's just meant to sort of absorb it, and that's that. Whereas a tutorial is more about a discussion of ideas, and it kind of depends on the style of the tutor. Some of them may give the essay back immediately, and you may sort of go through it kind of part by part, like different steps and each paragraph. Whereas some don't give the essay back, and you sort of have a discussion around the topic for the entire tutorial, and then you get the essay back as a sort of kind of as an aside. It's also you did okay in this essay, whereas you've had a big discussion about the subject and the topic in the hour-long tutorial. It's not like strictly like a Q&A, like the tutor doesn't just like quiz you on what you've written, it kind of goes beyond just the essay.
And how does it work with another student being in the tutorial with you? How does that kind of develop the discussion environment?
Well, I mean, you can kind of bounce ideas off each other, so it becomes a kind of three-way discussion. If you're a bit kind of stuck on a question, the other student can kind of help and step in. You've written the same essay, you've been given the same essay title probably, but your ideas will be completely different, and like how you've sort of taken the reading and how you've developed your own answer varies from student to student.
And what do you think you've got out of tutorials more generally? Have they developed particular skills that you've got as a person now?
Well, definitely things like writing skills are a lot improved. Things like being able to kind of hold my own opinion. I'm more confident in having an opinion even when I'm talking to someone who probably maybe knows, well, obviously knows a lot more than I do, but I feel slightly more confident in having an opinion, which is a useful life skill in general. But also being able to sort of adapt and change throughout quite a short period of time. That's quite a useful skill as well.